How's it going? My name is Sith Holocron. I am from an EU group of Legends of Runeterra players called the Dongers of Runeterra. We have Discords and Facebook and this YouTube channel and a whole load of other stuff. And I love making new decks. That is pretty much why I got into any card game at all, be it Magic or Star Wars Destiny or whatever it happened to be. I love 40k. I still play it quite a lot. I still like building army lists for that, so it's all good. And I love the fact that every now and again, and quite regularly, Riot put out brand new champions and flesh out cards to inspire people to try new things. So today is patch day. Brilliant. So we have 3 new champions, which are fantastic. I've already done 2 brand new decks with brand new cards and brand new champions. On Tuesday, I did Zoe, Diana, Nightfall. That's good to go. We did a Victor deck with Darius and a little splash of Shadow Wilds. That was yesterday's deck. Today's deck is the ever amazing, absolutely beautiful Riven, and we're doing her with Darius as well. So Darius at the minute, I think, is in a really good spot. Again, we are back at out of cards. These cards are not released. I'm hoping these videos go down okay. If they don't, I apologize, but I can't show you what they do and tell you everything because they're all utterly brand new. But if you've ever watched a Donger deck discussion before, you know, I love brand new cards. Love it. And I love champions even more. So, over the weekend, I will be playing these 3 decks pretty much exclusively. See what works for them, see what doesn't work in them, and then at the end, actually in-game like we normally do, I will have all the decks in there and any changes and reasons why. Final lists and actual deck codes for you guys to start straight away with all your new champions, and I think that's kind of cool, to be fair. So here we go. Let's start with Riven. And let me pull this down here. And there is our new lovely white-haired albino champion. She is absolutely superb. So when you gain the attack token, Reforge. Now, Reforging is a new keyword, a bit like Augment for Victor. Reforging means you get a fragment. And it's a fragment that will say give Overwhelm, give something 3-2, give something 2-0, all these sort of stuff. And if you ever see Blade of the Exile in your hands, you level, which is fantastic. So I am, we're looking pretty good here. That automatically levels Riven. Let me get her back in here. So all you've got to do is see that in your hand. That's one of the fragments. Brilliant. Level up. Boom, now you're 4-5. Fantastic. So, what do I want to do with this deck? Well, I can genuinely see a lot of brand new cards, all with the new Reforge keyword. And our 1-drop is Blade Squire. A 1-2, new card. It has the Reforge. Okay, that's going to become my 1-drop. And that's the only thing that we're actually running in here at 1 mana. And then we get quite a lot of 2s, all of which are 3. My favorite House Spider. So summon it, you get a 2-2 and a 1-1 spider. Really good for spreading out your board. I love the fact that you get a free unit. Yes, it's a 1-1, but it's a phenomenal chump blocker. So these are all quite okay. At least, you know, the Blade Squire's got 2 health. The House Spider's got 2 health. And then we go to another brand new card, which is Rune Weaver. Pretty much the same stat line as the Icefield Archer, except when you're summoned, you reforge, so you get another thing. If you play 3 fragments, however, that also levels up Riven, which is just fantastic. once you've actually got everything to go, and she levels and becomes fantastically good. Her level up version is wonderful. So everything that we can do here to kind of increase, there's a kill that off, reforge, summon it, reforge, and then we are going to go to Unspeakable Horror. I think this is fantastic, this card. The fact that you can drain one from anything. In other Nightfall decks, this has won the game when I've got them down to just one, which is brilliant. The fact that it's fast, yes, it can be denied or notified and things like that. But it's a bloody good card, because then you get another champion with a Nightfall trigger for free in your hand. That's pretty decent. And then the card that our master streamer thinks is the most broken thing ever. Drain one from a unit, so that kills off any 1 health unit, adds 1 to your Nexus total, and you get another Spiderling, the same one that you get from the House Spider. Yeah, that's pretty good. And here is one of the brand new 2-drop spells that Noxus have received in this patch. This is Weapon Hilt. It's a burst speed 2-cost mana. Give an ally +2 power this round. Reforge. Okay. If you've played Weapon Hilt, Runeweaver, and Blade Squire, and the Blade Squire has died, you now have all 3 to be able to put down onto Riven. Now, I absolutely think Weapon Hilt will be amazing in this. There are 2 ways of playing this. As Darius is our other guy who is Overwhelm and starts off at a 6/4, but then becomes a 10/6 with Overwhelm as soon as the Nexus hits 10 or less. You always want to throw Darius out last. Building up Riven to become this secondary win condition that becomes enormous is just silly. Really silly. Because when she levels, everything that you're now doing after she levels up doubles. So if I was to put this on, she gets an extra 4 power, which is fantastic. Really fantastic. Noxian Guillotine. All we got to do is use one of our little chump blockers, any of these little spiders that we're getting from either the House Spider or Vile Feast. Block something off, make sure that it's doing a little bit of damage, and their champion is gone for the cost of 3 mana. Added to which, you then get a fleeting Noxian Guillotine. Fleeting, if you don't know or you're new to the game, means if you don't use it by the end of the round, it goes and disappears off into the air, pretty much. But anything damaged, it just kills it, which is fantastic. So Riven will double up in power and strength with the stuff that you're putting on. Most of the fragments cost 1. That is really kind of handy. So yes, thank you very much. And then we have this, which is a 3-cost mana, brand new spell. It's at burst speed. Give an ally 3 power, 2 health this round. Now, if we look at Riven, let me put this back down again. She's already a 3/4, so she's a solid champion as is. Will become a 4/5, because that's pretty much how Runeterra buff your champion. You get +1 to both stats. This, however, if you have leveled Riven by seeing the Blade of the Exile in your hands, this will then give her 6/4. Hello, what? Yeah, so that's definitely in the deck. There is no doubt about that. And then I kind of was thinking about, what 4-drop do we need? Are there any good spells in here at 4? And to be totally honest, at this minute in time, I don't see anything else. I mean, that is just fantastic. Yes, it's just for the round. Yes, that is also just for the round. But I then was kind of flicking through other things that say, yeah, okay. Survival skills. Let's talk about this card. This card's bonkers. Most slow spells are enormous. They do huge things. And I've went down to Darius while I'm trying to say this. Here's a 5-cost slow spell that says your entire board can't drop below 1 health this round. Survival skills is going to be in every single Noxus deck in the game as a 3 of, because this is the same cost as, say, Will of Ionia, the same cost as Withering Whale. I honestly can't believe this card at all. It is so good. Pay the 5, your allies literally cannot die. If you have a wide board, all 6 positions held out, they don't die. Even up against monumentally big things from Freljord or Buffed or Field of Rot, it doesn't matter, they just don't die. I can see this being an auto-include in discard aggro, because when discarded, your strongest ally can't drop below 1 health this round. That pretty much means you're all invincible. It's like the Avengers have taken Asterix's magic potion, drank it, will do everything that they can and still stay alive. This spell, yes, it's slow speed, but is phenomenal in my opinion. Really phenomenal in my opinion. Yeah, if you're, this is now becoming like a magic shot in a PNZ deck, or I mean, it's essential. I mean, it's literally an essential spell if you're running Noxus. It's brilliant. Added to which, so is Atrocity. In a deck that will bump up Riven and Darius, Darius will obviously go to, he starts as a 6-5, goes to a 10-6. Atrocity is kill an ally to deal damage equal to its power to anything. If you're playing up against Targon, watch out for things like Peel Cascade or the 5-cost thing that heals 5. But if you know the points cost, because you should know how much all these spells cost, like Pale Cascade will cost 2, etc., etc. Anything that can bump up their Nexus by a certain amount. I mean, there's ones that like heal at 7 and all this kind of stuff. Health pots, all that sort of stuff. If they don't have the mana to play any of these, and you have got a bumped up Riven or a huge Darius or whatever it happens to be, Atrocity will win you the game. End of story. It's one of my favorite cards in Legends of Runeterra. It's fantastic. Then we've got Darius, as I say, the Nexus is 10 or less health, he becomes a 10-6 automatically, which is why when you're running out with him on an attack run, Darius goes to the other side. He begins with Overwhelm, he ends with Overwhelm and gets an extra health and 4 extra points of power. The guy is just horrible and brilliant. Now, you will see that I've got Unspeakable Horror, which gives me a card and drains 1. Vile Feast, Atrocity, Rekindler, and Vengeance. So these are, in my opinion, the 5 best cards that you can put in if you're splashing Shadow Wilds. Not necessarily in every Shadow Wilds deck, but if you're splashing it, these cards are just brilliant. And the Rekindler, when summoned, gives you a 4/4 unit and revives the strongest dead allied champion. If for some reason our beautiful Riven has died, she will come back out. If Darius has been popped, it will then be Darius coming back out, as his base 6/5 is much higher than Riven's 3/4. I love the Rekindler. I've loved playing him with Thresh, Lux, and all the whole zombie deck things that are fantastic to play without running cards like Harrowing or Ruination or anything like that at all. And the last 2 cards are pretty much self-explanatory. Just want to kill something? Well, then spend 7 mana on Vengeance and just kill it. Now, I'm only running 1 of these, and I'm only running 2 Atrocities. The Atrocities could go to 3, and Vengeance could go to 1. But Vengeance, just to take out that really troublesome super buffed unit, no, just get rid of it. And there are an awful lot of units that only maybe cost like 1 or 2 mana that, because of spells and heal and all that sort of stuff, can end up being like 18-3. No, just kill the damn thing clean off. It's a one-shot trick pony, but it's a brilliant one-shot trick pony just to get rid of it. Also brilliant if you're up against the Shadow Wilds deck that has dropped Rekindler and has bought down a brand new like a Hecarim or a Thresh or a Callista or whatever it happens to be. Yeah, we'll kill that off. You can deal with a 4/4 much more easily than Hecarim coming out fully loaded with an extra couple of things and anything else ephemeral. Yeah, no, thank you. Just kill that one off. And the final one, in my opinion, at least a one of, possibly a two of. At the minute, I've got it as just a one. Captain Pharaon. Used to replace every single card in your hand with Decimates. That's the spell that does 4 damage. Now you just get 3 and keep your hand of the deck that you've actually been, spending all this time building. To lose them all to Decimates was horrible. That's a brilliant change and made Captain Pharaon an amazing card with his lovely big mace of spiky death. And this is pretty much my Riven Noxus deck, with a little bit of SI spliced in to try and make sure that you can get a little sneaky 1 damage with Unspeakable Horror, sneaky damage with this to unit and get another unit. Atrocity, when your Darius has gone big, you can kill him off, especially if you've got another one. Kill something else with a vengeance. Get a champion back with Rekindler, and then all these other new cards like the Blade Squire and the Rune Weaver and the Weapon Hilt and the Sharpened Resolve. Let me kind of bring this up so you can see them. Like 3-2 this round is fantastic. Survival Skills is just, holy shit, that's just a great card. And this, as I say, is my Riven Darius deck. I hope you enjoy it. No deck code as of the other 2 videos. You can let me figure this out, and on Sunday I will go through the 3 with the deck codes, show you any changes to that. I will leave this just like this. Starts at Blade Squire, goes down to Captain Pharaon, take a screenshot, build it up, all that sort of stuff, add or remove cards that you don't think are good enough. But, for getting new cards, let's play the new cards and see what they're like. My name is Sith Holocron. This is a new Riven deck. Enjoy the patch, and until the next one, thanks very much for watching. Dongers out.